We're definitely not friends anymore. So.
안녕하세요. NBA 뉴스를 레이커스팬의 시선으로 이야기하는 레이커스데이입니다. 그럼 스테이플 센터 앞에서 제로투를 칠 때까지 렛츠 고! 시작하기 전에 구독, 좋아요, 알람 설정까지 해주시면 감사하겠습니다. 오늘은 며칠 전 사인한 디안드레 조던 인터뷰 영상을 편집해봤어요. 클리퍼스에서 10년을 뛰었던 조던에게 클리퍼스에 대한 질문은 역시 피할 수가 없었는데요. 오늘 영상도 재미있게 봐주시고요. 전 또 재미있는 영상으로 찾아오겠습니다. Go Lakers go!
If you had any initial inclinations about like how you fit into this team, if you've talked about anything with Coach Vogel and just some of the teammates that you now have, guys that you've gone against for so many years.
First of all, I'm extremely excited. I want to thank everybody for this opportunity. I think that my role for any team that I'm on pretty much stays the same. I'm coming in to defend the basketball, try to change shots and alter shots at the rim, rebound the basketball, get my teammates open as best as possible, and keep possessions alive for us and be a great force on both ends of the basketball floor and be a great locker room guy. And that's pretty much been my niche and my my thing that I bring to every team that I'm on. And I'm excited to get here and get to work with these guys and being able to have multiple lob threats now, again, with this team is going to be great, especially with the playmakers that we have. And the unselfish guys that we have on this team is going to be great. And, it gets to be able to space the floor a little bit with guys playing in the dunker and having, like I said, multiple playmakers and shooters spaced. I think at times, we're going to play big. I think at times we're going to play small. It's obviously whatever the game is needing at that moment in time. We're going to be able to adjust to that because we're so versatile.
About Russ and LeBron specifically, all of the momentum that they create towards the rim, how does playing like that appeal to somebody like you?
For me, it's great. Those guys being able to have such speed and strength, being able to get downhill so quickly, it puts a lot of pressure on defenses. And, when you're big playing in that dunker area, you kind of find where you'll be open, whether it's a shuffle pass, whether it's a lob. And like I said, those guys are so great at finding the open man and making the defenses pay for coverages and schemes that they may come up with is going to be great. And I just need to be ready to catch the basketball or catch a lob or screen in for a shooter. When you have that many threats on one team, I think that it's going to be very beneficial to us.
You had opportunities with the Clippers to win titles. You had an opportunity last year. How have those opportunities not coming to fruition kind of shaped your approach? I guess, what do you think of the opportunity you have in front of you this year with this group?
I think the opportunity is the same, but I do think, and the way that I approach the game is the same. Obviously, as you get older and you start to see different things, and obviously with the Clippers teams, we had some bad luck. On the team I was on last year, we had a little bad luck with injuries, and you never want to take it for granted. You want to come in and do everything you can to try to stay as healthy as you possibly can, and learn from the game before, but not harp on it as much. Move on to the next thing, because it is a long season. You kind of got to have a quick memory, and I'm excited to be able to be here and gel with these guys and build chemistry. And
when you went to Brooklyn, that a big factor in that career move was the relationship you shared with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. So how do you reflect on your time in Brooklyn, and where do things stand with your relationship with those former teammates?
We're definitely not friends anymore. So, no, I'm joking. We're friends before basketball, after basketball, and I think ultimately we all just want to be happy. And being able to compete is something that is very important to me, and they understand that. And we're brothers beyond basketball, so us being teammates or not isn't going to reflect or affect our relationship. I did have a great time in Brooklyn the 2 years that I was there. Being able to experience that culture in New York.
What's it like switching sides?
I think it's just basketball, man. Like I said, you have a lot of friends in this league. You have a lot of guys that you compete against. And when you're on the floor, this is somebody who you want to beat, regardless of if they're your friend or not. But off the floor, those relationships and those bonds will stay strong. But I think that I'm just excited to be a part of a team that's chasing the championship. But just to be able to be with a team like this with guys that you respect and guys that you've competed against for has been great. And seeing, I wonder what it would be like to play with this guy. And you always think about that, whether you tell people or not. and now being able to have the opportunity, I think is going to be great.
You're thinking maybe you've always wanted to play with this guy or that guy. Who are the guys on this team maybe that you've been thinking about that with throughout your career?
As a big, when I was in high school, like a guy that I watched all the time was Dwight Howard. And obviously we never had a chance to be teammates before, but competed against him a ton when he was in Orlando, and, being able to see him and now we're teammates is awesome. Obviously, guys like LeBron and Russ and AD, opponents of these guys for so long, and especially, Russ and AD in the Western Conference when we were there for so long, seeing those guys 3-4 times a year, Russ coming downhill, angrily aggressive every time is, okay, well, now I can see what this would be like to be a teammate with this guy, and knowing I don't have to contest him at the rim because he's just that fierce of a competitor. He keeps going. And AD the same way, his skill set is so very high, and he can score on the 3 different planes of the basketball floor, and with that being able to be a great defender. So being able to have that next to you is awesome. And LeBron has been, a winner in this league for a long time, and being able to orchestrate offenses and defenses, been a leader and a winner throughout his career, and now being able to be a teammate and of somebody with that high of basketball IQ and unselfish player like that. I'm really excited to finally be teammates with these guys.
Let's figure something out where I can get somewhere else. Like, how does that work out when you leave in the middle of the contract?
Both parties wanted to figure out something that was best for both of us, and I feel like they gave me that respect as a veteran player to be able to understand that I wanted to be able to compete. I'm a competitor, man, and we all are in this league. But also, it just worked better for both of us, and I think that I'm excited to be a part of this Laker franchise and this organization with these group of guys. And
AJ, you experienced life in this city as a Clipper for a decade, I think. What do you think life will be like in Los Angeles as a Laker?
I think I was treated pretty fairly and pretty good when I was a Clipper for 10 years. But obviously, this is a big sports town, and a lot of the fans are Laker fans. And even when I was a Clipper, we understood that. I had great years when I was with the Clippers, and but like I said, I'm focused on now and this team and what our goals are ultimately and what we want to do. And I'm just really excited to be here. This is a great opportunity for me, and I just want to take full advantage of it. What's up, Laker fans? It's your boy DJ right here in the practice site for the first time today, meeting everybody. I'm excited to be a part of the organization, the franchise, the fan base. I'm excited to get started with my new teammates, and it's going to be a great season for you guys. Check us out.